What if one of the most perfect C-drama pairings never actually happened? Not because it failed or because it wasn't popular enough, but because the timing just wasn't right. And somehow, that makes it even more interesting. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Asian Star Spotlight, your go-to place for Shen Yue and the latest C-drama updates. If you love knowing the real tea, hidden details, and what's actually going on with your favorite stars, you're going to want to stay here. Now, let's get into it. Let's break it down step by step. First, it is the pairing that exists without existing. In an industry that loves obvious pairings, sometimes the most talked about duo is the one that doesn't even exist. And that's exactly what happened with Shen Yue and Bai Jingting. There was no confirmed drama or official announcement. Just a growing conversation that never really stopped. And it didn't start with an audio or video leak. It started with something even simpler. Their energy. Shen Yue has this soft, natural presence that doesn't feel forced. She just fits into her roles. Bai Jingting, on the other hand, is more reserved, quiet, and intentional. He doesn't overplay anything. On paper, they're not the obvious match. But together, it works. Not in a way that's too loud or flashy, but in a way that feels real. And that's exactly why people noticed. Next, let's look at why the timing matters. More than the casting. The thing is, this isn't just about put them in a drama together. No, but it's about when that happens. Right now, Shen Yue is clearly evolving. She is moving away from the overly sweet, school-type roles into something more real and mature. She is not just changing everything about herself overnight. She is evolving gradually. It may be subtle, but it's there. At the same time, Bai Jingting has built a reputation for being selective. He doesn't just take roles for exposure. He chooses projects that actually push him. So if they were paired years ago, it probably would have felt off. But now they're starting to meet in the middle. And that's where things get interesting. Now, the next question is, why hasn't it happened yet? For years, there have been quiet talks, rumors, almost moments, but nothing solid. And honestly, if you look at it from a different angle, that might not be a bad thing. Because the C-drama industry moves fast. When something trends, there's pressure to act on it immediately. But, yes, there is a but. Not every pairing works just because it's popular right now. Some need time. If you look at them today, there's a noticeable change. Shen Yue feels more confident and more settled in her image. Bai Jingting feels even more deliberate than before. And trust me, that kind of alignment doesn't happen overnight, but when it does, the results are usually worth the wait. Next is the pattern people don't usually talk about. Here's the part most people miss. This pairing wasn't a loud trend. It didn't gain momentum and disappear like most online hype. Instead, it stayed consistent. Fans from different places kept bringing it up again and again over time. And that kind of steady interest usually means one thing. It's not just hype. It's instinct. People feel that something would work here, even if they can't fully explain why. And in an industry built on calculated decisions, that kind of organic interest really stands out. Next is the very big question. What would a drama between them actually look like? So, what kind of story would even fit both Shen Yue and Bai Jingting? Because the truth is not every pairing works in every genre. If you put them in a typical over-the-top romance, it might fall flat. That's not where their strengths are. What actually fits them is something calmer and more focused on the characters, where the emotions build slowly instead of being forced from the start. Think about a story where two people don't immediately fall in love, but grow into it over time. Where the tension isn't too much but minimal. Where a lot of the emotion is in what's not being said. That's exactly where Shen Yue's natural presence would stand out, because she doesn't need exaggerated moments to feel real. And Bai Jingting? That kind of restrained internal storytelling is where he's strongest. So instead of a flashy, dramatic story that starts with too much romance, they probably fit better in something more real. Maybe a slow, everyday kind of romance. The kind of story that doesn't try too hard, that stays with you anyway. The kind of story that moves something in the audience. And ironically, those are the roles that tend to age the best. So, here's my final thoughts to wrap it all up. Maybe this isn't a missed opportunity. Maybe it's just not the right time yet. Because the version of Shen Yue and Bai Jingting people imagined years ago, that version might not have worked. But the versions we're seeing now, that's a different story. And honestly, it might just be better. Because sometimes, the most interesting stories haven't even started yet. If you enjoyed this kind of deep dive, subscribe to Asian Star Spotlight. I focus on patterns like this so you don't miss what's actually happening beneath the surface. And I want to hear from you. Do you think this is a missed connection? Or are we just waiting for the right moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Take care, and I'll see you guys in my next one.